Alright, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. No, it's not. It's like 5:30. Anyhow, the range is, it was thunderstorming here just a minute ago, but the weather map shows that it's clear up by Morningwood, so I'm going to hit the road, 100-mile drive. See you when I get there. So it's about 9:45 on the 15th of November, and I'm been up here like 15 minutes. I'm already gassed because I had to rake out the bottom of my driveway, which looks clear now, but it was filled with tree branches, which was just enough branches to make my tires spin out so I couldn't get up the driveway. And in a fierce bit of irony that is me, I left the house while it was thunderstorming and did not bring a rain jacket, so I had to pick up this frog tog at the local Wally World on the way up here. Actually, it's pretty nice. It's lightweight, which I hope is going to be breathable like it says on the package, because I sweat all the time, so it'd be nice not to be wet on the outside and wet on the inside. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, this is the first time I've been able to get back to these batteries with a meter since the disaster. So I'm going to guess it's been 2+ weeks since these batteries have been on a charge, and they were underwater for probably a week. So I'm going to go ahead and put the probes on here. And I got 10.26 volts. So I'm hoping that's not too low. It's better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to either be 0 or like 5. I gotta get these charged up and see if they'll hold a charge. So actually about 5 minutes after I put my raincoat on, the sun came out. So I promptly took it off on account of sweating. And it's, what does it say over there, 52 degrees. God, it feels like it's 75. Just burning up, but yeah, it's pretty nice. Let me zoom in on the water. Pretty. So for this winter, what I think I'm going to do, whoops, is take this shelving unit out and spin my inverter charge controller up against the wall, and then I'll put a hole at the bottom of the wall and then run those big battery cables through the outside of this shed. And, you know, down there somewhere, I'll have to move these trash cans. And then I'll roll the Apocalypse box over here. And I think what I'll do is I'll put a drain hole down in the bottom. Oops, I'm not focused. I got bad glare on the viewfinder. But the bottom kind of curves up a little bit right there, so I can put a drain right there. And then I'll put a couple of vents in, kind of like Chris in Oklahoma has on his box, with some computer fans to blow through there. Anyhow, that's me spitballing. So this is my 2014 Ford Focus, and the top 5 things I love about it would be that it gets over 40 miles to the gallon on the highway, and about 36 in the city. After that, the things I love about it starts to get a little thin. I really wish I had something that could haul a little bit more, but when you do that, you start losing gas mileage in a hurry. So, but this is just not tenable to pack and repack every time I come up here. Plus, look at these tires. Those are not really good for driving up a gravel driveway. Great on the highway. No cooking segment today. I picked up a thing of fried chicken on the way up here, and yeah, just having cold chicken today. I don't like the way that tarp looks on there, so I'm going to take my chances with the original top and try to wrangle that up there and see what we got. One thing they don't tell you when you're building in the directions, when you're putting one of these buggers together, is that you have to insert this pole through this sleeve before you assemble the whole thing. It's a mistake I made the first time. Really will piss you off. So I got a couple of known problems. This sleeve is okay, but the sleeve on this half is just completely shot and ripped apart, so there's no way to secure that bar to the tarp top. And then the other problem on the same corner is there's a strap right here, and if I slowly pan over here, you can kind of see it hanging down here. It got pulled through, and what you do is you tie down the corners like you see right here, and that's what pulls the top tight around the edge of the frame. So the back edge of this is not tight like it's supposed to be. Oh, that's not overly tight either right there. Anyhow, I got to figure something else out. And then the other problem is going to be up here on the top. Let me see if I can pan back. Well, it's hard to see, but This is very loose right here, and if it rains, this is just going to pool. So I got to put something underneath there to pop that up so it doesn't collect water. I have the poles for a second shelter, but no top. I wonder what happened to the top, he ponders aloud. Well, I think that looks better than like half a tarp covering it. The back end of that is still not really secured very good, so I'm going to have to pick up something before I come up here the next time and try to finish that thing off. Already got that pile of logs moved, and then I also moved, there was a not quite as large a pile right up here, and I oh my god, I had a freaking bug fly right in my throat. So I got all these moved in here. These logs are so wet. I mean, they could not be wetter if they had like floated in the river all year. So that's that stack right there, and then here's another one right here. Surprising how much I actually had stacked up. It didn't look that big before. I got some brush cleared over there, though it probably doesn't look like it from anybody's memory. I really wanted to get this pile of logs moved up underneath the tarp, but I am just gassed, and that's going to be a serious uphill climb. So I got to save myself. Next time I'll get those taken and moved up, because before I move those, I got to get that brush out of the way to make a clear path all the way up here, and that's going to be a little bit of effort, so I just don't have that in me today. This is my Schrade SCA XE20. It's just a hatchet. Really like this thing. I don't know if it's worth doing a full review on. It comes in a variety of colors. You can get it in black if you're, think you're some kind of tactical badass. I live in the real world, so I bought orange so I could find it when I drop it in the woods. It comes with one of these flint thingies, which I've never tried to use, but if that's your thing, it has it. But I really like the shape of the head, and it's wicked sharp. It just has really good power for taking limbs off. Love this thing. I mean, I've had it for a year, and it's still very sharp on the edge right here. I don't want to cut myself on it, but it's still very sharp, and I've beaten it into a lot of trees and sticks, and man, that's a nice hatchet. So there's about a 14-second delay between when I stop working and when I start getting cold, because I am just like drenched top to bottom. So I had to put this bright orange jacket on just to block the wind from me. But yeah, I'm going to cool down a little bit, enjoy the scenery, and call it a day. See if I think I'm going to try to be up here next weekend and maybe finish that wood pile right there. Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to that. And cleaning up that brush mess. Also looking forward to that knot. Geez, I just noticed this tree. I cut this down a few weeks ago. It's probably about 10 inches at that end, and it doesn't taper much all the way over there. So I gotta slice that up and stack it. Geez, that's a pile all by itself.